What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now today I put together a pretty interesting deck that I think is going to be a lot of fun to use on my mini account right here. But before this video gets started, let me know down in the comments below if you guys do want to see more of my mini account, because I can definitely do more videos with it if that's what you guys want to see. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this deck that I put together. It actually has 3 epics in it, and I know you guys may not have all 3 of these epics. You probably don't, to be honest, because there are a lot of epics that I'm still missing, as you can see. But I am lucky enough to have all of these 3 at the same time right now. I'm only at level 6 in Arena 5, but I do still have a decent amount of epic cards. And in this deck, I threw together the Goblin Barrel, the Mirror, and the Freeze Spell. I also have the Minion Horde, the Mini P.E.K.K.A., the Giant, a Zap, and the Fireball. The average elixir cost for this deck is 3.7, and I think I can have some fun with this deck. I put the Goblin Barrel in here as well as the Mirror and the Freeze. I'm pretty much going to be using these hand in hand, because the Goblin Barrel is definitely fun to play with. And if you can throw 2 at once with the Mirror, that just makes it that much better. Of course, I have the Giant to tank for whenever I need to, and I have these 2 cards right here to do the Hidden P.E.K.K.A. strategy. I have these 2 spells to defend against swarms of troops, and I have the Free Spell because it's also a fun card to play with. So hopefully we can get some pretty good trolling replays with this deck. I'll probably be finding some higher level players because that's what I've been doing in Arena 5, but I have been trying out this deck for a little bit, and as you can see here, I went up against somebody recently and I actually won against them. So we're going to go ahead and check out that replay and then get into a live one. Here we have Kazuhira from Tipsy Japan, and he was starting off by throwing an angry emote at me, so I went ahead and threw one back at him. And right here in our starting hand, we have the Giant, the Mini P.E.K.K.A., the Minion Horde, and the Zap. So we're going to start off by throwing down the Hidden P.E.K.K.A. If you guys don't know what the Hidden P.E.K.K.A. strategy is, you probably already do because White Lightning has uploaded it, as well as Spencer $23. And maybe some other YouTubers as well, but it's been all over YouTube. If you do want me to make a video thoroughly explaining the strategy, just comment down below and let me know. Right here, I threw down that Giant to try and distract that Musketeer. I threw an oops because it didn't work, and she actually got off a lot of shots on my tower. That Fireball right there will do a little bit of damage to his tower, as well as take out that Minion Horde, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. But he will drop that Witch and take out my Giant. So right now, his tower is at 740 hit points. I have really nothing to do right now to counter this Witch, but I do drop the Zap on those skeletons and that Witch. She doesn't get that much damage done, and my tower is still standing at 1092. But here he has a massive push coming out of our right lane. He switched lanes this time, and I tried to freeze all those troops right there, but I missed the Hog Rider. My Minion Horde will take both of them out, but he does drop that tower to 1606. So right now, even though he is a level higher than us, and he has done damage to both of our towers, it still looks like that we are in the lead, because we do have that left one down to 740 hit points, but there is still a minute and a half left in this game, and he just dropped down a Goblin Hut. So I just threw a Goblin Barrel at his left tower. He countered that with a Bomber. Of course, that didn't matter too much because mine were spread out amongst the tower. I threw it right in the middle instead of on one side, letting them clump up. But now I'm actually going to throw a second Goblin Barrel over there. Now the tower's at 300 hit points, and in just 2 hits later, it goes down. He tried to defend that with a Valkyrie. She didn't do too much because we did get that tower anyway, but now we're going to drop our Minion Horde to counter her, and he drops that Witch in the back. I was thinking about how to counter her, but then he dropped that Musketeer as well. So I threw my Fireball, hitting both of those right there. They didn't quite die though, so I'm going to use my Zap on them just to finish them off, and there they go. Here comes that balloon though, and I really don't have anything to counter that right here. So I dropped that Free Spell, but then he drops the Hog Rider. So as soon as they become unfrozen, I'm going to have to freeze that again with the Mirror card and drop my Mini P.E.K.K.A. to take out the Hog Rider. There is a Bomber back there though, and he's doing some pretty good damage, and once that balloon goes down, it will take out my tower. So now it looks like he is going towards my King Tower, trying to get that 3 crown by to distract the troops right there with a Giant, and my Minion Horde should take them out. I also zapped the minions right there just to keep my minions up and healthy. But now we have 7 seconds until overtime, and it looks like now he has the lead, considering our tower is pretty low in health. I just threw a double Goblin Barrel at that tower right there, and I froze everything. The Bomber, the Goblin Hut, and the King Tower, as well as the Crown Tower. I managed to get it all the way down to 1100 hit points, so that was a really awesome play right there. I told you guys the double Goblin Barrel is going to be a good strategy. We'll just have to see how it does in the live right after this one. But he's still continuing his push for the 3 crown. My Minion Horde does a lot of damage right there though, and he doesn't do that much against my tower. These goblins are chipping away at my health, but I'm going to ignore that and drop a Giant as well as a Goblin Barrel to try to get this tower out of the way. I went ahead and froze right there. I missed the King Tower, but it doesn't matter anyway, because those goblins do finish off the tower and we get the 2-1 victory. So that was my very first win with this deck. It was the second battle I tried it in. It didn't really go so well the first time, but now let's go ahead, return home, and try out a live battle. So right now we're at 1388 trophies. We're obviously not doing that hot considering our trophy record is 1613. But up here in Arena 5, you do find a lot of high levels, and you find a surprising amount of high levels in Arena 4 too. I'm not sure why they're all down here, but I am doing my best to work my way up. And before we get into this live battle, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to my clan right here. Regicide 2.0 is the clan that my mini account is in. Of course, I'm all the way at the bottom. But this is the Feeder Clan 2 Regicide. If you are above 2600 trophies and don't want to join this one, you can see the clan tag in the description of this clan. That's the main clan, but this clan is for anybody above 1400 trophies. So if you're interested in joining, go ahead and request. But now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and find a live battle with this deck. So here we found Roman. He's a level 7 and he's from Goose 95 at 1387 trophies. I'm going to start off by throwing my Goblin Barrel on the right tower because he did drop that Goblin Hut on the left. He did drop a bunch of skeletons right here, so let's zap all those right there and also stun the tower for a minute. We got that down to 1868 hit points, and now we have to defend against this balloon right here. The minion horde should do the trick, and as it goes down, they're going to go after those goblins right there. So now he has a witch coming out of towers, and I don't have much to defend against, but I am going to pull her with this giant. Let's see if it works. Let's see if she follows him. I don't think she will. Oh, is she? No, I think she's going to go back to the tower. Alright, no, it looks like she's actually following that giant, which I did not expect. I expected her to turn around and go back towards that left tower. But those spear goblins did get a few shots off, and I did fireball those barbarians right there. But now he has some spear goblins coming in, and I'm not sure how to defend against those. Let's just go ahead and drop this mini P.E.K.K.A right now, as well as our goblin barrel, and see if this can do any damage. So there's the skeleton army again. I kind of misplaced that zap. That was an awful zap. There's also an ESPN update, and I'm just going to go ahead and ignore that. But now that tower is down to 1152 hit points, and it looks like our towers are both around 1500. But he did drop another Goblin Hut behind that left tower, and I'm expecting a balloon sometime soon, so I'm going to save my minion horde. But for now, I'm going to drop that giant up front and send him at that right tower. I have my freeze ready just in case he drops anything crazy, but I'm just going to go ahead and fireball this witch for now. Get rid of those skeletons as well. It doesn't completely kill her, but we do a lot of damage, and we also hit that tower right there. So as the giant goes down, we leave that tower with 400 hit points, and we're going to mirror our fireball right here to take care of those minions. Now he has a bunch of spear goblins coming in right there. I can't really defend it though, so I'm just going to have to let them shoot away. Let's send another goblin barrel at that right tower, see if we can take it out, and I'm expecting those skeleton armies. So here's my zap. Got almost all of them right there, but it doesn't look like we did any damage. So it's still sitting at 400 hit points. Let's drop this giant in the back to build up a push and fireball that goblin hut right there. So he might take this tower because he's pretty much just chipping away. I guess that's a decent strategy if you do have the goblin hut or using spawners. I'm going to risk it and mirror this minion horde. No, I'm not, because that witch does do splash damage. And I'm not sure if he has any arrows or not. I haven't really been paying attention. But I am going to go ahead and throw that goblin barrel over there, zap those spear goblins, and then let those take out the tower. So now we have the 1-0 victory, but our tower is at 266 hit points. I dropped that freeze right there. You see that I haven't used it all raid, and I wanted to get some use out of it just to slow down his troops right there. Fireball the rest of them, and we win the raid. So we did actually win another match with that deck. This guy's pretty angry about it. He was a level higher than us, and I didn't expect to win, but we got 29 trophies out of that and a golden chest. So now we're up above 1400 trophies again, and if you guys do want to try out the deck, here it is one last time. I know some of you might be missing some of these epics, and I guess you can do without the mirror and the free spell. The Goblin Barrel is just really a lot of fun to play with, but of course if you have all three, it makes it better. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you let me know by dropping a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.